political squabbling at what traditionally is a love fest in Omaha, Nebraska. Breakingviews columnist Agnes Crane was with me at the annual Berkshire Hathaway meeting, and there were some political overtones. Agnes.
Yeah, no, it was really interesting. I mean, it happened, early on in the session. There was a question about the Buffett Rule and whether, Warren Buffett thought that it was a liability for Berkshire. And again, it's this whole idea that he's entered into the political realm by basically advocating for tax reform. Obama has picked that up and run with it, and they have an initiative called the Buffett Rule. And I think depending on your political stripes, I think the more conservative, the stauncher the Republican, the more upset you are that Buffett has put his name on it, and also that by extension Berkshire Hathaway.
But he likes to be seen as a populist.
No, and I actually think there's nothing wrong with actually advocating something like tax reform, fair play in the tax code, all of these things. But I think what's happened is he's now gotten into the political arena, which I would say, being from Omaha and being way outside of Washington D.C., it's outside of his kind of, again, this. He talks about the circle of competence when he invests, and I think this is well outside of his area of competence. And again, I think there is some some issue around that, and I think some shareholders are pretty upset, and there's some concerns. I mean, again, I don't know how far below far-fetched this is, but there are some concerns that some will not invest in Berkshire because of it.
And it comes at a time, and we did hear some questions from people who believe that stock is undervalued. Mm-hmm. So the idea being there, and I believe there was one comment that if you invest in your stocks based on the manager's political side, there was a quip about that.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that a lot of shareholders obviously feel like that stock should be higher.
Yeah, no, I mean, and definitely that is going to stir the pot, right? If you're already upset politically because you don't share Warren Buffett's political views, but you're also upset because the share seems to be undervalued, some people are going to conflate those two things. And so I just think it's one of those issues. And again, as a manager of a company, that you have to consider, like, what realms do you want to go into, and is it worth it?
Breakingviews columnist Agnes Crane. Good to talk to you as always. I'm Rhonda Schaffler. This is Reuters.